Hey everybody, welcome to today's Spirit Lift. I'm outside, walking around the neighborhood where I live, and I'm talking to you about the different deeds of God that are mentioned in the Bible. And we had started with creation, and then the fall, and then God's covenant with humankind. The talk a few days ago was Jesus, and then today is the church. And not being able to be with you all in the church building, I think it's really interesting that I can be outside. And not only that, but when you read the Bible and you read about the church, what you have is a church that is exclusively meeting in other people's homes. There were no church buildings in biblical times. Not even the latest book of the Bible, the book of Revelation, had church buildings yet. So the question then becomes, what is the church then? And we all know, we've all said it, we've all heard it, the church is not the building, that the church is so much more than that. You've said it, I've said it, but what are the things that make for the church? And there are a few things that I want to share with you here, according to Gabriel and Dorothy Thacker. And that refer to the church even if we're not in a building. A few things that refer to the church outside of the building. Church, according to the Thackers, has to have four things. It has to have telling the story. It has to have doing or serving. It has to have some sort of activity, doing. It has to have being, what they call the fellowship aspect of it. The part of the church where you meet together with other Christians. And then it has to have celebrating, which is worship or prayer. And those are the four elements that the Thackers say you must have in order to have the church. Now you'll notice that in all four of those, the building is not there. The people are the ones that make those things up. You can worship outside. You can worship in your home, as we have been doing lately. You can worship remotely and online. You can tell the story anytime. I'm reaching out to you, telling these stories, these messages regularly, and telling you about Jesus. People read the Bible quite frequently, and that is telling quite often. Reading the Bible, telling the story. Doing, serving other people. Being, the fellowship aspect, that's probably the one that is most disrupted by this whole COVID-19 kind of thing. How do we meet in fellowship with one another? We found a few ways to at least touch base with Zoom or touch base through internet videos, but they're hardly ideal. But those are the four elements. And what I want you to do is I'd like you to follow along with me with these four elements. And the practice that I challenge you to do today is to go back in your memory and to remember one time that you celebrated God and it was particularly meaningful to you. Or one time that you were involved in the serving aspect of the Christian ministry and it was meaningful to you. The one time when someone told you about Jesus Christ, maybe when you were really little, maybe the first Bible story you can remember, and the one moment of fellowship. And see if any of those things have anything in common. Is there a particular thing you remember? Taste, smell, touch. Who was with you? We're not real good in the Protestant church dealing with memory and imagination. But I'm giving you permission to go outside of your comfort zone and to really inquire of yourself, to really inquire of your experiences, of your past. Because those moments, if you sit down and spend 15, 20 minutes thinking about those moments of telling, doing, being, and celebrating, and you really sit with them, those moments are church for you. And they will be really important moments for you to experience Jesus Christ, to experience this beautiful world in which we live. And maybe we'll give you a new example for what we might want to do, what might be important for you going forward in the weeks and months ahead. So blessings to y'all. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope you're all doing well. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon. Bye now.